What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another Switch news video. Today, we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Mr. Michael Pachter, who's a little bit infamous in the Nintendo community and just gaming at large because for being a professional analyst, sometimes he doesn't always analyze things, especially when data is right in front of him or he could research the data. He tends not to, and he just tends to just say what he feels, which is interesting, but also common for Michael Pachter over the years. And this new thing that he says that Nintendo should do might be his worst take that he's ever done. And I'm not trying to have, like hyperbole here or anything like that. Like, this might be the worst take of 2020 and the worst take of Michael Pachter's career when it comes down to it. But let's get into what he had to say. Then, of course, more info on the actual data of what's going on, because we did a little bit of research here, which isn't really hard to do. So let's talk about this. So in an interview with Gaming Bolt, Mr. Michael Pachter says, quote, "I don't really understand the whole hybrid concept. I don't think most people play it in both modes. I would say that maybe 20% of Switch owners play both modes, and I think most Switch owners play it handheld only. So I honestly don't understand the whole point of the hybrid. Who cares? Play it as a handheld." So don't have the choice to play a gaming system that has home console quality games on the TV with family, whatever the case is, make it easier for people to see. Only restrict it to handheld. Only have Switch Lite. Don't let people have choice of being able to play it. And obviously the name Switch, where they thought of the whole concept, that's a bad idea too, right? Considering how well the system's selling, that's a bad idea. So he keeps going. There's more. It even just gets worse. Like, you just grab the shovel and you just keep digging. So then he also says, quote, "And Nintendo isn't that smart. So you never know what they will do next. But I think the smart thing would be to get rid of the Switch console and only have the Switch Lite. Get rid of the docking station, get rid of playing on the TV. Maybe offer a Fire Stick dongle for those who want to play it on the TV." If you look at all the sales numbers across the board when it comes to here in America, when it comes to Europe, and when it comes to Japan, we actually have the sales numbers that we can see, so I'll put up something. But pretty much every single week, even in Japan, a country that is really more geared towards the portable market with mobile phones and everything, even in Japan, the regular Switch outsells the Switch Lite. The regular, more expensive Switch will outsell the Switch Lite. And even in Japan, you can buy it separately. Like, you can buy like a regular Switch by itself, then buy the whatever the case is, like the Joy-Cons and all that. But even at retail, the regular Switch does better. So why in the world would Nintendo scrap that, make less money, right? Because therefore you're going to make less. Switch Lite is $200, regular Switch is $300. So you're going to make less money to only sell that and remove options for people. That is the smart thing to do according to him. So make less money and give consumers less options because you think people should only play portable, because you, for some reason, have an issue understanding the concept of being able to play a game on the TV. And then if you want to go on a trip, a business trip, or if you have some downtime, to be able to take that anywhere that you want and have that same game be transferred right over, not have to worry about any type of save transfer data or anything like that. You can just, bam, be instantly zipped over to a portable mode and play that way. What is so hard to understand? It's literally called Switch, and that's what it is. Like, I don't understand from somebody who's been covering gaming as long as he has, why he can't understand a simple concept of being able to switch back and forth. I mean, we've seen it before. If you understand mobile games and how you can have save data transfer over xCloud or stuff like that, I don't understand why you can't understand this. You know what I'm saying? But I think one of the worst things about this whole article and like topic and everything is the fact that he just literally lies or just throws out a random number. I don't know if it's a lie or if it's him just guessing, but he's supposed to be an analyst, and the fact that he can't look up the numbers that are out there when it comes to docked versus portable play, I'm going to show you those numbers, guys, because Nintendo has shown us the numbers. So Nintendo actually gathers data on this. Shout outs to Daniel Ahmed, who is an analyst that actually likes to analyze and look at the data before they just say things, not just say what they think, unless he's joking around. He's pretty funny. But Nintendo put up a post about this. They actually put up a post to their investors. And you guys are seeing this right here. Nintendo Switch gameplay trends for Japan, the US, and Europe. Those are the 3 biggest markets for the Nintendo Switch. You have docked to the left, you have undocked to the right. Now, right here on this graph, you have a chart or a graph here that says from 0 to 100%. And what they do is they fill in gameplay TV mode primary. So the primary amount of people, if you look at it, it's right underneath 20%. Now, if you look at the gray area there, it says people playing in both modes. As you can see, there is a large chunk of people, a lot more than the 20% Pachter says that there is. So this is just flat out lie from him, or it's just him just guessing, or it's him just not doing his due diligence and looking at the numbers. But Nintendo says, hey, look, about 50% plus of people will play in both modes. And if you look at it combined between people that just play on the TV and playing in both modes, the large majority of people, compared to what you see on the right here, gameplay in tabletop mode or handheld mode is primary. Most people either want to play it docked or want to play in both modes. The large majority of people want to play in both modes or want to play TV. It's about 70% according to this chart right here, with about 30% saying, hey, they only play primarily in the handheld mode. So have to remember here, figures for the Nintendo Switch gameplay for registered Nintendo account users gathered via internet showing hardware where playtime for either docked or undocked modes exceeds 80% as gameplay in whatever mode is primary. That's Nintendo. That is straight from the source. So what he's saying not only is untrue what Pachter has to say, there is actual factual data from Nintendo gathered from Nintendo of America users, because Nintendo wants to see this stuff too, right? Heck, that's why I think they even made a Switch Lite, to get it cheaper and also to satisfy those customers who only do want to play in the portable mode and not have to buy the Joy-Cons and have to worry about that. So that's the thing here, guys. Like, this is quite possibly the worst take of 2020 because the data is out there, it's easy to see, and it does not make sense to remove that type of option, as the regular Switch has been doing better sales wise, and Nintendo makes more money off of that than the Switch Lite. So I don't know what he's thinking, but like I said, Pachter sometimes just says things to get in the news, and I guess it worked, right? So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. It looks like we have a preliminary sales estimate for Super Mario 3D All-Stars digitally. Now, Super Data collects digital sales numbers. Not exactly sure how they get them here and there, so we aren't going to say that this is confirmed, but it does seem like Super Mario 3D All-Stars had an absolutely massive launch digitally, which I know the game did really well, considering that it was in the top sales on Amazon digitally, in addition to physical sales, but also the digital sales on the eShop were very high, very high. So Super Data has provided some new information of the digital sales in September for Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Really big month here, guys. The collection sold apparently 1.8 million digital units. That means it's the biggest digital launch for a Mario release on the Switch, outperforming Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Maker 2, and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which it makes sense that it would outperform those games, because you know why? You get 3, I guess, right? Because you get 3, and it also kind of goes back to what I was saying before, is that so many people, when I was covering the Switch in 2017, 2018, 2019, so many people were saying, man, I really would like to play classic Mario games on my Switch. Bring back GameCube, bring back N64, bring back whatever. These are 3 of the best games of all time, ratings wise, when it comes to Mario and stuff like that. Galaxy, for example, is one of the best rated games of all time, easily one of the best rated games. And Mario 64 pretty much started the 3D revolution in terms of how you control and platforming and stuff like that. It was a really big thing back then. So there's a lot of nostalgia and a lot of also people wanting this, right? And they did enhance them a bit. Yes, there's definitely things that they could have done better with the games, but overall, this is what people wanted, and they obviously responded to it at this point, because these sales are absolutely massive. But I expected the sales to be really good despite the controversy surrounding the game. I expected things to go really well for Nintendo on that front because, like I said, I saw so many comments of people saying, hey, they'll take just a virtual console release for these 3 games with barely any enhancements. I mean, that's what we've got before. If you look at the Wii U, that Mario 64 on there was absolutely terrible. If you look at the Wii U again with virtual console, you can play backwards compatibility, or you can download Super Mario Galaxy on there, and it doesn't look that great. It looks just kind of like, you know, like 480p, which it is on your screen. So the fact that it was enhanced to look smoother, you know, and play the way that it does with the features that it has and more play styles, more options for control was definitely good. It was a good thing, and people responded by buying the game a lot, you know, so it is what it is there. So what are you guys' thoughts on Super Mario 3D All-Stars selling reportedly, okay, not confirmed yet, but reportedly 1.8 million digital copies in September? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And by the way, guys, that's crazy too, because the game wasn't even out for that long. It was like 2 weeks, so pretty good stuff there. All right, I'm moving on to the final topic here, guys. Apex Legends has been delayed to 2021 on the Nintendo Switch. So we got an official statement from the director, Chad Greener, and I maybe said his name wrong, but let's go ahead and read off what he had to say here. For those who game on the Nintendo Switch, we're still hard at work on the port, but in order to do justice to the game and make it into a great experience Switch players deserve, our team needs more time. This year has brought on unexpected new challenges, to put it mildly, and we don't want to rush anything out. And he's talking about the pandemic, coronavirus. Switch owners can expect to get their hands on Apex Legends next year. And of course, when Apex Legends does launch on Switch, it'll come with support for cross-platform play, our latest seasonal content, and full feature parity with the other versions of the game. We can't wait to get Apex Legends into your hands or your TV connected dock on Switch. See you soon, and thanks for understanding. So there you go as well, guys. Apex Legends is delayed to 2021, and I have no problem with this because I want them to get the game right. I want them to get the game right, and I want them to make sure that it's optimized and that it runs well. The last thing that we want, especially if you're going to do cross-platform play and everything like that, is to have a really bad Switch version of the game. So it makes sense to me for them to delay it, and if they need to take more time to get it done, that's cool. They can take more time. I think the pandemic has slowed down a lot of people when it comes to this and a lot of development studios, so they can take the time that they need and get the best game out that they can get when it launches, probably early next year. So what are you guys' thoughts on all these different topics here, from what Michael Pachter had to say, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and of course Apex Legends? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay updated on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.